What's going on, CJA family? I got another one for y'all. Today we're gonna do a review on the Rock Island Armory. As you can see on the case, it's going. We got the 22 TCM and 9mm combo. I've had this gun for some time now. I would say at least 5 years. This is one of the guns I used. It used to be my EDC. It was actually one of my first handguns that I purchased. And it is one of those unicorns, one of those new rounds that just came out maybe a couple years ago, about 5 years ago. People try to compare it to the FN57. So, I'm gonna do the unboxing of it as well, just to show you guys what you get in the box. It's not much, but you gotta rock out with it. So, all right, so this is the firearm. I do have the 9mm barrel inside of it. As you can see, the gun is clear. For those that know about 1911s, it is a single action 1911. In the box, you get the firearm, of course. You get one magazine with the firearm. You get the recoil spring for the 22 TCM and also the 22 TCM barrel. So, I have purchased a second magazine when I bought the firearm. Yeah, you ran around about 55, 60 bucks for a magazine, so they are pretty costly. But it is a Rock Island Armory 22 TCM OE mag. So it's not an aftermarket mag. It is something that it's from the manufacturer, so you're not gonna have any problems. This firearm here has a 5-inch barrel. And the mags itself, they are 17 round mags. I think you can squeeze in 18 with the 22 TCM round, but if you do use a 9mm, put the 9mm in there, it is a 17 round mag, I know for sure, but I think you can squeeze in 18, I believe. Let me see what else is next. You got your dovetail, and then you also have your we call it a lemon sweep, but you also have the safety lock on the rear grip squeeze right here, where you cannot pull the trigger on the firearm unless you have that pressed in. All right. So the finish on the firearm is a black parkerized finish. So as you can see, I do have some wear and tear on mine from taking some holster wear on mine, from taking it in and out the holster. But the firearm still works great. It's broken in. I probably have roughly over 2,000 rounds to this firearm. I used to shoot this thing a lot, and it is very, very, very accurate. And the trigger pull on this thing is, it has an adjustable trigger. I'm not sure if you guys can see that little notch right there. It's a little Allen key that you put inside of it. But you can adjust it between 3 to 4.5 pounds. So you can, it's actually, I think it's like the perfect poundage for something if you're going to conceal carry or where you don't want that thing too light. So the overall length of the gun is 8 3/4 inches. So you got your safety on this side. It's not ambidextrous. You got your safety on that side. I'm not too fond of the safety. It's one of those ones where if you are shooting it, you can accidentally bump that safety level. But it is, like I said, it's a 1911, so it's pretty easy to come on and off, but it's also very sensitive too as well. You might catch it while you are shooting. Like I said, it's not ambidextrous, so you don't have a safety on this side. You just have the empty space there. But I think you probably can get it at the market safety lever to make it ambidextrous. Let's see what else am I gonna go over with the gun. I am gonna show you guys how to convert the barrels from a 22 TCM or from the 9mm, which I have in, to the 22 TCM barrel and the recoil spring. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. I'm gonna show you guys the sight picture. If I can get it in there, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. So, let's see, I can get behind you guys. So you got a rear 2-dot sight and a blacked out front sight, as you can see. It's nothing special. It's kind of like your standard 1911 sights. So nothing special, but they are adjustable. They are adjustable for height. You got your height and you got your windage right there. So I mean, it's pretty solid sights. It's come with the gun. I have, like I said, I have probably over roughly 2,000 rounds combined between 22 TCM and the 9mm. But I mean, like I said, it is a pretty nice firearm, and also too, the mag release is phenomenal. Like this thing pops out, it sticks out, as you can see. The mag release is very, 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 very aggressive. It sticks out. It's very easy to release. You wouldn't have to squeeze it too hard or run into any hiccups behind releasing the mag. Like I said, the trigger pull is pretty nice. Real slight, nice trigger pull. It is a 1911, so that's going to be nice regardless of it, because I mean 1911 single action. So I mean you can't go around that, get away from that one. As you can see, I'm gonna show you guys the reset on it. This is the reset and trigger pull. Say that again, reset. It says that single action trigger, so I mean it's going to have a pretty a phenomenal trigger. Trigger pull. I don't have videos of me shooting this firearm, but I do have one video that I think I'm going to post up with the video. It's of me shooting it at nighttime, and I can just post up the picture at the beginning of the video maybe, and show you. This thing is like a flashlight at nighttime. Like when you shoot the 22 TCM round, which is this one here. This is a 22 TCM. It is, a lot of people think it's a neck down 9mm, but it's actually a short 223 5.56. I mean, you're shooting a rifle cartridge out of a handgun. This thing is marketed at 2,000 feet per second. So this is a 40 grain bullet that is flying. Like this thing is gonna have a decent amount of penetration. It is a jacketed hollow point that they make this round in. So it's only one company that I know of as of today, and that's Arms Corps, that make ammos for this firearm. Like I said, this thing is a 223 5.56 short, and it's like a newer round. That's the 22 TCM. But a lot of people think it is a neck down 9mm, which it is not. I mean, it has the same diameter as a 9mm, same thing as a 223 5.56. They both have the same diameter, but it is not a neck down 223. So I'm going to get into showing you guys how to convert the barrels. It's very simple. No tools are needed. I mean, like your standard 1911, where you have to take the front bushing off at first. You don't have to do that with this one here. And so first, you want to make sure your gun's clear. So you see that notch there? You want to press on that, while also you guys see there is a knot here, like an opening here. So you want to slide that back and press on it until it pops out. Then you can take that slide lever here out, and then the slide is going to slide right off. Now here's the tricky part. You got to be very, very careful, because you can lose this the guide rod and the recoil spring because it can spring out. So the only thing you got to do now, you can take switch over that bushing, slide that front piece out, and then now your barrel is going to fall out. So here's your 9mm barrel. You set that to the side. You take your 9mm recoil spring, set it to the side as well. Then you want to take your 22 TCM recoil spring and put it on this the guide rod. You can just sit that somewhere until you get ready to use it. Then take your 22 TCM barrel here. You want to slide it in here. You put that lever up. Then you can slide this this front little, I'm not sure what you want to call that there. Then you put this bushing back on. And put that one back on. Let's see. take this one here back out. Put this on. Put that one on first. Slide it over to the side. Punch that in. Line it back up. Then you can slide your guide rod and recoil spring back on in the inside of it, the top side of it. Like I said, you want to be very, very careful on how you hold it. You want to make sure you hold it down and push that forward and make sure that flap is down, because if it's not, the gun is not going to slide the correct way and not going to cycle. And the reason why I say you push that forward and make sure that it's sliding down, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there, directly through the gun here, you want to make sure that's lined up. So you slightly want to pull the slide back until this is lined up evenly. Then you take your slide stop here and you push it into that hole. Make sure it's lined up evenly. And you want to put pressure onto it just a tiny bit. And slide your gun all the way back until it pushes in. Or until you get into that knot there. That little notch I told you about earlier. And push down. And there it is. You have converted the barrel over to it. I mean, they take the same rounds, take the same magazines, the 9mm and the TCMs. Take the same magazines. I mean, you can, and I have done it before. I don't recommend it. You should never probably do it. Don't try it at home. But you can shoot the 22 TCMs out of this 9mm barrel, but it's going to bounce all over your barrel, going to end up damaging your barrel. I don't recommend it. But as far as shooting a 9, the gun will not, the round would not chamber, because as the barrel goes down, as the barrel goes in, the barrels it gets smaller. So, like I said, the gun would not chamber the round. So I mean, I wouldn't try that one there. But like I said, you gotta be very careful, because you can shoot this round, this 22 TCM out of that 9mm barrel. As you can see there, it fits perfectly. Like I said, so I mean, I appreciate you guys for watching. I will be putting up some videos of me shooting this firearm. It's a phenomenal firearm. Like I said, I used to carry this gun, this firearm, for a couple years until I got some other guns that I have. I got a ton of reviews that I got to get going on, but like I said, I got some other guns that I'm going to be doing reviews on. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. I will try to get back to posting up to interviews and everything. Not interviews, but doing videos weekly. And just keep content out there for you guys. Keep you guys entertained. All right, thank you for watching. CGA family, we out.